Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kaylee and I resell used clothing and shoes online for profit. Now my main platform is eBay. It's where I make most of my money, and typically I'm picking up things from thrift stores to resell on eBay. Now, reselling online is a fickle business, and some days you're going to have great sales, some days you're going to have really slow sales, and it can be really discouraging. But overall, there are things that I do when I'm having slow sales in order to boost them back up to get more consistent income. So today we're going to talk about 5 ways to boost your sales on eBay when times are slow. So number 1 is responding to questions faster. If you're like me, you like doing things in bulk, so you would rather let things pile up so that you can do them all at once and get them taken care of because it feels like a more efficient use of your time. However, when it comes to answering questions, it's really important to respond as quickly as you can to the buyer who is looking to maybe purchase the item. So buyers may be asking you things like what measurements are, what the lowest you'll go is on offers, things of that nature. It's really important that you respond to these questions quickly because more than likely that buyer has their eyes not only on your item, but a similar item to one of your competitors, another seller on eBay. The longer the time passes that you're not answering these questions, the more likely they are to purchase from somebody else who has the appropriate product that they are looking for. Now, I know it can be really irritating to have to run back and forth when you're in the middle of doing something to go and answer a question. So in a general rule of thumb, I like to answer within 24 hours to my buyer. That is the most amount of time that I will allow happen before I say I have to go and I have to answer these questions now. Now, in most cases, I am answering a lot sooner than that, and I'm not saying as soon as a question comes in, you've got to go and answer your buyer, but try to get back to them as soon as you possibly can. If you're in the middle of doing a task, wait till you're finished and get back to them then. So if you don't already, respond to your questions, and this would include on the weekend within 24 hours. I highly suggest that you do so because you are going to capture that sale. Number 2 is sending offers more often. So how many times do you send out offers? Is it weekly? Is it daily? Is it monthly? Is it every hour? Think about it. Whatever it is, if you start sending out offers more often, you are going to capture those buyers' attention, whereas they might have realized that they don't really necessarily need the product, or maybe they were looking at a different site. The sooner you can close the gap between the sale and when they are interested, the more likely they are to purchase. Now, I personally send offers out multiple times a day. I check it. As soon as it pops in my mind, I go on and I see if I have any listings that are eligible to send offers. The easiest way that I found to do this is on the desktop. I find that being on the app on my phone does not give me all the eligible listings that can have offers sent to it. It just doesn't show all of them that are available. At least that's what I found. But when I am sending offers on my desktop, I have the option to individually send offers for each item, or I can even bulk send offers and I can select all of them at once. I can hit send offers and then I can decide to send off a percentage off of each one, or I can choose a dollar amount off of each one. And I can do it all in bulk so that it's not taking up a bunch of my time. As a general rule of thumb, and this is only what works for me, what works for you might be different based on your pricing and how much you paid for the item. But in general, I like to send bulk offers out for 10% off. A lot of my sales come from sending out offers and those buyers accepting. I think my success with that comes from sending out offers often, pretty much as soon as they pop up, so that there isn't a whole lot of time from when the buyer likes the item to when the sale happens. Also, in my message to the buyer, when I am sending out offers, I make sure to let them know that this offer is being sent to other watchers as well. That way they know that it is time sensitive if they want to get the item. Number 3 is be more personable in your messages to your buyers on eBay. So it's really easy when a buyer asks for a measurement to just say 23 inches and move on with your life. I find that the more personable and the more time you take to respond to your buyers, the more likely they are going to feel comfortable purchasing from you because they are going to trust you and they're going to feel like you are a more friendly seller. The way I respond to most of my messages is in a formal email format. So instead of saying 36 inches and answering a measurement question, I will say hello, comma, then I'll begin my sentence or my paragraph. I will say the waist measures 36 inches. Please let me know if you need any other measurements. Thanks and have a great day, Kaylee. And I always put my first name at the bottom. I don't think it's necessary to put my last name, but to be more personable and to be more friendly, I always respond in that email formal format. Give them a little bit more of my time, put my first name at the bottom so that they feel like they know me. And I feel like that helps me gather more sales. A lot of comments and also feedback from my buyers that I am one of the more friendly sellers that they have interacted with. And because of that, they will shop from me again. So if you're just answering in a 1 or 2 words, then I would definitely recommend lengthening what you're saying to your buyer. Consider typing in an email format and being more formal. It doesn't take as much time as you would think, and I think it makes a big impact. Number 4 is change some of your business policies. So if you currently are shipping out with a 3 or 4 day handling time, but most of the days you're getting them out within the next day or the day after that, and you know that you're consistently exceeding your handling time, then I would suggest you go ahead and make that step and bring that handling time back. Buyers are looking for great business policies, such as your return policy, your handling time, your shipping, things of that nature, and the better option that you give them, the more likely they are going to purchase from you versus someone who doesn't have a good business policy. I once had somebody that wanted to buy a coat for me, but they weren't sure about the way that the item would fit their body, and they did tell me that they were going to purchase from me anyways because they saw I had a great return policy, great feedback. So because of my great business policies, this made the sale. And by the way, the buyer ended up loving the jacket and left me awesome feedback. These are the kind of buyers that you want to attract to your store because they are going to be return shoppers. They are going to come to you not just for your lowball prices, but in order to get quality product. So if you can, I'd recommend changing your business policies if you are not already offering good policies. And remember, don't change your policies unless you can be sure to fulfill them. And lastly, number 5 is to run a promotion. This is one I tend to forget about, and I am sending out offers all the time, so I feel like I'm offering good prices to people, but I always forget about promotions, and typically I'm only running like 1 or 2 a month, and they're usually for a couple of days. I know a lot of people that are so adamant about promotions that they constantly have one running every single day. And when one ends, another one begins. And I think that is a great way to run your business. It's just something that I forget about most of the time. So the only way you can run a promotion, I believe, is if you have an eBay store. So if you don't have one, I do not believe you can run a promotion, but I might be wrong about that. For those of you that do have an eBay store, and you probably do if you're watching this channel and you sell on eBay, you can run a promotion in your store. So you can run a sale like a typical retail store would run a sale. You can do things like buy one, get one, you can do free shipping, you can do percentage off, and you can even filter to only certain items in your store. So it's currently cold out. If I wanted to basically liquidate all my shorts because they were just sitting in my store and they weren't selling very often and I wanted to go ahead and get rid of them, I could either mark them all down via Markdown Manager, or I could run a promotion on all my shorts and say that all my shorts are 50% off. So you choose the amount of time that the promotion lasts and what the promotion is. There are a lot of options on running promotions, but it is nice because when buyers are going through searching for items such as yours, they'll see that yours is actually on a sale and they're going to be more likely to click into your item versus your competitor. So if you've never run a promotion, I recommend you give it a try. It is really easy to do. It walks you through everything and it's a great way to make some extra sales. All right, guys, those are my 5 tips today for boosting your eBay sales. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you have any tips that work for you, please drop them in the comments down below to help other resellers and myself. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you next time.